Amid the festive season, Manish Tiwari, Vice President, Country Manager, India Consumer Business at Amazon, joins NDTV for an exclusive interaction. Thank you for joining us. Now, highest ever opening and record sales during this festive season so far. Take us through the trends witnessed at the moment.
Thanks, Sakshi, for having me. Yeah, it's been an awesome start, and I'm right now in one of our fulfillment centers, making sure all our Prime customers and other customers get their packet on time. This is probably the first sale which has happened after 3 years of COVID influence. So all of us were looking forward to it, including our 14 lakh plus sellers. And some of the numbers in the first 48 hours have positively surprised all of us. Yeah. For example, in the first 48 hours, we had more than 9.5 crore customer visits, far beyond anything we've seen and above and ahead of our plan. The first 24 hours, which was exclusively for Prime members, early access, Prime members shopped more than 18 times of what they do in a normal day. Every second, there were like 75 to 80 smartphones being sold. So some really crazy numbers. I think the couple of big trends which we've taken out from the first 48 hours of the sale, the first big one is the kind of participation we are seeing from the smaller towns. More than 80% of even Prime members were coming from non-metros. Yeah, so a very active participation from smaller towns. The second clear trend is premiumization. Yeah, I think our seller partners, our brand partners, and our bank partners put together a very comprehensive approach. So I'll share some numbers with you. Of course, the trend of 5G phones continue, but something like double door refrigerators, 4x of last Diwali, 4 times. Yeah, large screen TVs is the largest selling. Yeah, growing by more than 260%. 4K is now standard television in the industry. So every trend is showing a very sharp premiumization. Most appliances our sellers have put together a package. So 99 rupees per day EMI, and you can buy any appliance. So premiumization, the kind of participation we are seeing from small towns, and just the overall excitement and response, I think these are the three things I would speak about from first 48 hours.
All right, interesting trends there. How many jobs have been created this festive season, and how does this compare to the previous years? Remember, Jeff Bezos had promised 1 million jobs in India by 2025.
Yeah, I think for this festive season, we have close to 100,000 jobs created just for the festive season. It keeps on getting bigger and better. But since you mentioned about some of the commitments which Jeff had made when he had come to India and said that this is the century for India, I think on all 3 big things which he spoke about, one is employment, the second is digitization, and the third is exports. We are making very good progress. 2025 is the year by which we want to achieve it. But on digitization, for example, Sakshi, our target is to digitize 1 crore small and medium businesses. We are already at 64 lakhs. So we feel good about where we are. Similarly, on jobs, our plan was to hit 20 lakhs, and we are now close to 13 odd lakhs already. So we're making good progress. Exports, we are up to $8 billion. So good progress on all 3 fronts. And this festive season, for us, it's like it takes the business for our sellers to the next level, and that's when it sustains. And then again, the next festive day takes it to the next level. So super excited with where we are on the sale.
All right, but how would you compare jobs created this year compared to last year?
So it's 100,000 incremental jobs for the festival season. I don't remember the exact number for last year, but it is ahead of it. The fact that the response has been so awesome.
All right. In an age where convenience is key to customer acquisition, reports suggest Amazon is set to do with logistics services what it did with cloud computing, and it may be a $100 billion idea. Take us through those details.
I don't know about the number of 100 billion, but I feel very proud about what our colleagues in operations have put together. Just to give you a flavor, in the first 48 hours, more than 10 lakh customers got their shipment in the same day. Yeah, that in some ways reflects all the hard work which goes into the infrastructure, the railways, Indian Post, Prime Air, everything put together. I think what you're referring to is a very important program called multi-channel fulfillment. What we are now telling every business in India, small, medium, large, you can use the Amazon infrastructure end to end not only to sell online, not only to sell on Amazon.in, but also offline. Yeah, so you can use the multi-channel fulfillment irrespective of the fact that whether you're selling online or whether you're selling on Amazon.in or not. I think that's our best way to ensuring that what we've created, every business, small or large, gets to benefit from it. And we're super excited with some of the early response to it.
All right, now there are growing concerns about the life of the delivery partner or delivery associate, and of course about Amazon drones as a concept and idea altogether, both globally and in India. Could you take us through those details?
Yeah, I think I'll comment on we value a lot, our frontline colleagues. By the way, right now we are running a campaign. We are also encouraging customers. Whenever a delivery associate comes, we actually encourage customers and employees to put water, refreshment outside the door. And a lot of customers do it and send us photographs. We value the fact that, they are the backbone of what we deliver. At this point, I'm sitting in one of our largest fulfillment centers in Bangalore. To be part of them and then to go along with them and ensure that I am part of the delivery service which is happening across the country. So very, very proud of our colleagues. Drones is a very interesting idea being tried in various parts of the world. No specifics right now to share on the drone part.
All right, no specifics right now, though we do hope you will share specifics later. A lot about generative AI and its impact on the e-commerce space as well in the times ahead. Your thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. I think all of us at Amazon are convinced that large language models can be transformational for everyone in the ecosystem. I just want to share something which we launched in last Sambhav. It's called Amazon Sahay. Sahay is the Hindi word for support. What we're doing is there are a couple of areas which are very, very important for our seller partners. Our objective is how do we provide a personal assistant to each and every one of our 14 lakh sellers? And how would we do that? We will do that using technology. So using these large language models, if you are a seller and you want to create a catalog of a shirt, all you have to do is scan the shirt, and using all the data and intelligence behind it will tell you what are the best catalog qualities. Yeah? So we will use large language models on the customer front to help search. There's already work happening on AWS and of course to improve the life of our sellers. So very, very excited about what LLMs can do to help our customers and sellers.
All right, now ONDC is making the e-commerce space democratic, just as UPI did for digital payments. Your thoughts?
No, I actually look at, you spoke about UPI. The fact is today, upwards of 50% of instant payment transactions happen in India, and everyone in the ecosystem has benefited from UPI, including e-commerce marketplaces. Yeah. So the investment in the base infrastructure, the intent behind ONDC of creating a much, much broader pipeline of sellers, service providers and customers is something which we are completely aligned to. Sakshi, it's important to remember that e-commerce is still less than 2% of retail. Yeah, and these initiatives from the government are super critical, and we are working very closely with the ONDC team. Yeah, so innovation at this life cycle of the journey of e-commerce in India is welcome, and it sits exactly with what our philosophy is. Let customers, let sellers have a choice of what they want and where they want to buy.
All right. Lastly, the changing approach of India Inc. towards employee well-being has been a focus area. Take us through the new programs launched at Amazon for, of course, employee well-being, looking at mental health, and all those programs that have been recently launched.
Oh, absolutely, Sakshi. I think let me start from the hybrid work model. Worldwide, we are in a hybrid work model. By the way, Amazon was one of the few corporations even before that. We have our own app where you can work remotely called Amazon Chime. And we've always worked like that. Geographies and where you're operating for has never been a constraint. So very, very focused on making sure that, yes, there is X amount of time in office, which helps. We are a very fast growing company. There are a lot of new employees which come, and that helps them understand, appreciate our consumer focused culture and still provide them the flexibility of working X number of days. The second is there are a lot of very active programs around mental health, the fact that you can choose your leave whenever you want it. So a lot of very, very proactive, forward-looking employee practices. We do, one of our leadership principles now is to be the Earth's best employer. And we are very, very focused on it. It's just a very, very important thing for us to achieve.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing these highlights. Thank you for your time and this interaction.